All right, we're recording. Thank you all for attending. I'm sorry that I sent the link out late. I thought that I send it out, but I just kept it as a draft. And of course, my mother, always looking out for me, noticed that this morning, so I sent it out right before. It's nice to see that people still showed up. The link is always the same, so you can always reference old emails if you can. It's always the same Zoom link. But last week we talked about detoxing, and I can't remember actually who, but someone recommended that I talk about cleaning products, safer cleaning products. I thought that was a really great idea. I'm seeing text messages come up. Are we able to talk? Yes, I'll turn it on in a second. It's hard because now I'm away from the computer, so I can't click things. But after, how about I go through it, then I'll click it so that you guys can all talk and ask me questions. But last week we talked about detoxing. I talked about how there's over 80,000 chemicals registered in the USA. The average adult has about 167 chemicals in them. And there's about 62 chemicals found in the household. Some of them toxic, some of them, minorly toxic, just mean, greater exposure, that type of thing. But it's really easy to remove a lot of toxins from your home, and we get a lot through cosmetics and cleaning products. And so some of the heavy hitters are the phthalates that we talked about. We find those in synthetic fragrances, dish soaps, air fresheners, the noxious fumes that come from your oven cleaners. If the bottle says fragrant, then it probably has phthalate in it, or it needs to say phthalate free, which you'll see like with your Meyer's hand soap. We use Meyer's for the hand soap, for the dishwasher detergent, and for liquid soap. They all say phthalate free. They also say paraben free. So those are things to look for. It's also really nice to have essential oil diffusers. They're pretty cheap, pretty easy to get. And then I keep a big box of essential oils. And I just kind of play around with whatever I'm feeling in the mood for. There are some essential oils that have more antimicrobial, antifungal properties, which I will talk about in a second, like tea tree oil. There's some that are lavender, which are like soothing, and then there's some that have like citronella and lemon that give you kind of that fresh, clean feeling. The perchloroethylene, or the perc, you'll find a lot in dry cleaning stuff, spot removers, carpet cleaners. These are neurotoxins and possible carcinogens. So I don't think I mentioned phthalates are endocrine disruptors, which means they can mess with your thyroid, your female hormones, your adrenals, that type of stuff. But these perks we find in a lot of just kind of like the heavy dry cleaning type of stuff. Instead of a dry cleaner, use a wet cleaner. What is the company? Ecover or something like that. They make some good non-toxic carpet cleaners, but you can really just rub undiluted Castile soap. Dr. Bronner is one of my favorite. I use it for just about everything. I use it in the shower as my actual soap. Sometimes I've used it as, I'm not gonna lie, it's not the best shampoo and conditioner, but you can really use it for just about anything. So that's a nice thing to have in your pantry. Triclosan is an antimicrobial that you'll find a lot of, like dish soap, liquid dishwasher, that type of stuff, detergents. It's a possible carcinogen, a endocrine disruptor. It can lead to bacteria that is antibiotic resistant. So that's something to consider. For most liquid dish soaping, you really don't need that. And then the 2-butoxyl ethanol is what you'll find in a lot of like window cleaners, multi-purpose cleaners, that type of stuff. It's super easy to make your own with just baking soda and vinegar. There's a lot of companies that make really safe alternatives. Seventh Generation, Meyer's, I mentioned, Nature Cure. These are all really good. Dr. Bronner is my favorite. These are good natural alternatives. But you can make your own and have your own kind of safe, non-toxic cleaning pantry. And I'm going to tell you how to make some of them. First off, you're going to want to have your essential oils, right? Tea tree is a really great one. Lemongrass, lavender, those are going to be a lot of my go-tos. They have citronella, lemon, lime, that type of stuff. The Castile soap, you can get these in even bigger buckets. Vinegar is acidic, so it works great for any kind of buildup, rust, hard water, works great in clothing, getting rid of odors. And then you're going to have your baking soda or your borax, because these work great borax works great as a natural bleach, so I put it in my laundry, but they also absorb odors. They're gentle enough, but a little bit of abrasive to like really clean counters and kind of get as an all-purpose stain remover. Always have spare spray bottles around so that you can make your own. It's kind of important when you are making your own multi-purpose cleaners, so stuff for like surfaces, countertops, bathrooms, sinks, that type of stuff, that all of these will get the job done. They will clean, they will be good, getting the dirt and grime out and that type of stuff. But if you want the antimicrobial part of it or the disinfectant part of it, then you really want to make it right before, because if you keep it long term, that kind of disinfectant part's going to die off. But a good multi-purpose vinegar or cleaner would be about half a cup of vinegar. I almost always use borax. I just think it's a little bit tougher than baking soda. Some people prefer baking soda. I also like that I can get a big box and it lasts forever. But you would do half a cup of vinegar, 2 tablespoons of borax, and then you will use hot water. Kettles are great, electric kettles. They are quick and easy to get the water hot and warm. So you would put the half a cup of vinegar, you put the 2 tablespoons of boric acid, and then you fill it up with hot water, shake it, and this is an excellent multi-purpose cleaner for countertops, for sinks, for toilets, that type of stuff. I always like to add a little bit of essential oil so it smells better. Tea tree is generally what I'll go to if I want more of that antimicrobial part of it. I might add thyme or something like that as well. Another option is you can do 2 cups of water and then 3 tablespoons of the Castile soap, then some essential oil. This will be good for more like tiles, tubs, that type of stuff, something where you might need a little bit more elbow grease, but I generally will use that for pretty much anything in the bathroom, I would say. Toilet bowl or glass cleaners are a lot of your glass cleaners can be really toxic. So a good glass cleaner is just half vinegar and half water. And then always use a microfiber cloth. Microfibers are really good for dusting, but then also cleaning off the glass. And then you would take like a dry cloth after that. I really do love the Mr. Clean's magic erasers. I don't know why they work. They just work so well. So we always have a box of those. What am I missing? Oven or microwave cleaners. What you would want to do is either put oven safe dish in the oven, put water in it, let it boil, and then cool down. That kind of loosens up the grease, and then you can go in with vinegar or some borax and just kind of scrub. Same thing in the microwave, let it boil. Toilet bowl cleaner, shower, mildew, anything like that that you're worried about wanting a little bit more disinfectant, then I would use the borax, and I would use like a half a cup to a cup. Some people just circle the toilet with boric acid the night before, let it sit, and then in the morning go and scrub it and flush it down with either water, or you can use half a cup of vinegar. Hot water, when I say water. But those are kind of like your basic cleaning products. We do have dogs. One is a French Bulldog who gets excited and pees a lot. So using spot treatments on the carpet with Castile and some hot water and just dabbing it using your microfiber cloth, or pouring, I do half vinegar, half water directly on the stain, letting it sit and kind of helping absorb it is another great option. But really, it's pretty simple to have an excellent supply of cleaning products for just about everything in your house with not too much, you don't need toilet bowl cleaner and then tile cleaner and then floor cleaner and then whatnot, right? Oh, for mopping the floors, I will do a little bit of, because we have hardwood, I'll do oil and water, sometimes vinegar and water with some essential oils. But really, you're looking at 1, 2, 3 essential oils, 4, if you want the baking soda, 5, not a lot to have many options for cleaning your household. I am now going to turn on, you guys can ask questions. Allowed to talk, allowed to talk. If you want to ask questions, you can also put it in the Q&A, or you can put it in the chat box. Any questions for me?
Yeah.
What was that, Judy?
No, I'm just glad you used Mr. Clean because I bought that the other day.
Anybody else? No? All right. Well, thank you for all attending today. If you have any questions, please email me, drlindsaysnelson@gmail.com. This will be on my website, drlindsaysnelson.com. Oh, and I will be starting the detox in November. If you want details on that, I'm going to offer 2 times, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. It seemed like most people wanted to do a 10-day, so we're going to start off with a 10-day detox. And then we'll have once a week meetings so that we can, talk about what's working, what's not working, motivate each other, keep each other accountable, that type of thing. So if you're interested in that, please email me. And let's see what else. I am seeing patients still in my home office / treatment room. Not sure when I'll go to the back to the MAC. I'm going to wait to see what phase 2 looks like. And then I'm also doing virtual appointments. And I guess that is it. Thank you all for
Is this detox more than what I'm already doing?
Yes, it would be.
Okay. Drat.
Anybody else? All right. Thank you all. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. If you have any ideas, please feel free to pass them on to me. Otherwise, have a wonderful weekend. Bye.